Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ud'u ila sabili rabbika. Give da'wah, call towards the path of your Rabb. That is a very good way to use your tongues. Ud'u ila sabili rabbika. Call towards the pathway of your Rabb. Bil hikmah, with wisdom. Allah himself says with wisdom. It doesn't mean you go down the road or you go to the doors of your neighbors, next door neighbors, people in your locality who are not performing salat, women who are not dressing properly, people who are not fasting Ramadan, Muslims who have bars, Muslims who have rum shops, Muslims who are spelling spirituous liquor. It doesn't mean you go to them and you start to shout and you abuse them, insult them, ridicule them, and become really vociferous and loud-mouthed against them. Allah says, Ud'u ila sabili rabbika. Call to the path of your Rabb bil hikmah, with wisdom, wal maw'idhatil hasana, and with fear, nice exhortation. Maw'idha, nice advice, nice way. Someone was once addressing a da'i, a preacher, was once addressing the Caliph Harun al-Rashid, and he was speaking very harshly towards him, because sometimes, yes, when we have to talk for the sake of Allah and we have to be vocal, sometimes we get so carried away that we begin to belittle people, and we think of ourselves of being so great and so pious and so righteous, and then when we speak to our audiences, to our masjids, our crowds, we begin to be very harsh, forceful. Somebody was abusing one da'i, one preacher, abusing Harun al-Rashid. And he said, listen, my dear brother, why are you speaking to me like that for? I am not worse than Firaun. Firaun is one of the worst of all disbelievers. Firaun had said, Ana rabbukumul ala, I am your Lord the Most High. He declared rububiyat, lordship. He says, I'm not Firaun. I am not worse than Firaun. And you are not better than Musa. You are no better than Musa, Kalimullah, the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Musa and his brother Harun, his elder brother, to Firaun, the mighty Pharaoh of Egypt, he commanded them, he said to them, وَقُولَا لَهُ قَوْلًا لَيِّنًا, and speak to him soft words. Allahu Akbar. You go to talk to him, but use targib, encouragement. Allah says, فَقُولَا لَهُ قَوْلًا لَيِّنًا, speak قَوْلِ لَيِّن, soft, gentle words, encourage him, targib, use that first of all, talk to him. And that's how it was. They spoke to Fir'aun with soft words, encouragement, targib. But then when the person doesn't listen, then there's a next step, there's a next level, there's a next daraja. Then the adhab of Allah comes. The adhab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes. So Allah himself says that when you have to be vocal, when you have to speak, Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'idhati al hasana وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ, and dispute with them in a manner, in a way that is very nice and ahsan. But you know what? Many of us lack the hikmah. Yes, many of us want to be vocal. We want to talk. We don't want to be silent on issues. We want to get up. We want to talk. But sometimes our talks are more damaging, they are more harmful than they are good. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Udu, give da'wah, talk, be vocal, ila sabili rabbika, to the pathway of your Rabb, bil hikmah, with wisdom. But then Allah tells us in the Holy Quran, Allah says in the Holy Quran, yu'til hikmata man yasha, Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever he wants. Although some commentators they have different meanings, interpretations for the word hikmah. Some of them say hikmah means fahmul Quran, the understanding of the Quran, the depth of the Quran. Some say Hikmah refers to the ahkam and the laws and the fiqh. Some say hikmah refers to ilmul Quran, knowledge of the Quran. There are those who say that hikmah means wad'ul ashya fi mawadhi'iha, putting things in their right perspectives, placing things where they belong, seeing things from the right angles, weighing things properly, all combined together, they all mean hikmah. There is no munafa, no contradiction between any one of them. Understanding. One of our great alims, Maulana Sayyid Ahmad Khan Sahib, Nawwarallah Marqada, used to say that hikmah means, it means to know when to say something, to know how to say it, and to whom to say it. Subhanallah. Wadul ashya fi mawadhiha, putting things in their right perspectives. Being blessed with the understanding of the Quran, the faham of the Quran, the ilm of the Quran, knowledge of sunnah, knowledge of ahkam and laws and fiqh, knowledge of seeing things, the ability to see things in the right way, to be discreet, to put things in their right places, to put things in their, see things from their proper angles, all of these combined together. Subhanallah. When to say something, not just blurt out something. When to say it, how to say it, and to whom to say it. Subhanallah. That is why Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, defining al-alim al-rabbani, a true, divine, rightly guided alim. He says, al-alim al-rabbani, a righteous, inspired, divinely inspired alim is that one, yurabbi bisigaril ulum qabla kibariha, who teaches people the small knowledges, the small sciences before the big sciences. He does tarbiyat of them, he trains them, he nurtures them, he brings them up, he brings them to maturity step by step to maturity. Al-alim al-rabbani, the alim al-rabbani, the rightly guided alim, the righteous alim, the divinely inspired alim, yurabbi bi sigaril ulum, he brings people to maturity with the small sciences, the small types of knowledge, qabla kibariha, before the big types of knowledge. So he comes into a masjid, what does he start with? He starts with teaching the people about taharat, about istinja, how to go to the toilet, how to keep yourselves pure and clean, cleanliness. He starts by teaching them how to perform salat, proper salat. He starts with alif, ba, ta, tha, how to read the Quran, small things, step by step. The alim doesn't come back to a community and locality and he starts with Tafsirul Jalalain, Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, Tafsir of Ruhul Bayan, Ruhul Ma'ani. He starts to teach Mishkat, Hidayah. No, step by step. And I remember very well when Mufti Shabil and I returned to Trinidad from India after spending 8 years in India. We did not open Darul Uloom immediately. Shabil didn't open Darul Uloom. I don't know if Riyaz can remember, but we had a mashura in Monroe Road, and Mufti Shabil went to Sawa area, and I stayed in Monroe area way back in time. Remember that? MashaAllah. So he settled in the Sawa area and took the Sawa area, and I settled in Central in Monroe Road. And we started teaching maktab, teaching little children how to read fa'ala, balaga, kasaba, hasaba, alif fata'a, alif ba fataba, ba dhammabu, ba kasrabi, little things. Wudu, istinja, ghusl, bath, the farz of wuzu, sunnahs of wuzu, small things. Classes started step by step until the time was ripe for higher studies, bigger studies, and mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking some work from the Darul Uloom. May Allah accept the Darul Uloom and the staff